Hello children, I welcome you all once again to your English class. I hope you all are doing well. Children, for today's English lesson, we are going to start with a new chapter 23 from your Mastering Grammar book. And in this video lesson, we are going to learn about the proper usage of capital letters and how we are going to use different punctuation marks. Yes, so children, you know, whenever we write a sentence, I have already taught you the chapter sentences, and I have told you that different sentences serve different purpose. So when you see that there are these assertive sentences, we use a specific punctuation mark, and when we ask questions, we use different sign, right? Sign of punctuation. So in this chapter, you will understand the proper use of those punctuation marks. Yes, so now let's get started. You will find this chapter on page number 127 of your Mastering Grammar book, and we are going to start with this chapter now. Read the sentences given here carefully. However, the trees are disappearing fast. By 2015, a quarter of the forest will be cut down. These sentences are unpunctuated and do not have any comma, full stop or capital letters. Now, read the same sentences with punctuation mark and you will notice that it is easier to understand. Okay. However, comma, the trees are disappearing fast, full stop. By 2015, a quarter of the forest will be cut down and full stop. See, you understand the sentence now like in a better way, right? So punctuation marks help us read and understand a written sentence or passage clearly. Punctuation marks such as the full stop, capital letters, quotation marks, commas are used in the written language to put pauses. What are pauses? Like you stop for minimum like 3 seconds. You take a pause at the right places in a sentence and to separate one sentence from another. Yes, without proper punctuation marks, our sentence would be just words and it would not help us understand anything about the sentence or anything the writer means to convey or send us this message. Okay, now important marks of punctuations. Now, you know children, we have certain punctuation marks which we regularly use. First one is full stop. Yes, you know it looks like a dot. Yes, this one is the full stop. Then we have a comma. Yes, it's like an extended form of full stop, just drag down a little. Now number C, question mark. You know whenever we question, we put a question mark. So we just curve this line and we put a dot right under it. Now number D, we have exclamation mark. Yes, a vertical line and then there is this dot. Yes. Now number E, inverted comma. Yes, you know we just put quotation marks. You already know about these two marks. We have done it in direct speech. Yes. Now F, semicolon. You can call it semi also if you want. So semicolon and you have a dot and then just right there under it you have a comma kind of structure. Now number G, colon. Colon are two dots, one upon the other. Yes. Now we will learn the different use of all these punctuations I have told you about. The full stop. The full stop represents the longest pause. Okay, that means you stop after that full stop. Rohan is a good student. Yes, so after that we put an end to that sentence and we put a full stop. Okay, it is used at the end of an assertive or imperative sentence. It is also used after abbreviations and initials. Now, what are abbreviations? Abbreviations are the short form of something. Yes, like see PH and then D. Yes, B.Ed, Bachelor of Education, and then you have now this one. See here, after PH representing philosophy, and then D you have here. Yes, now this one, after this we have used the full stop to show its abbreviated form, that means shortened form. Yes, now we must note that in modern usage full stop for abbreviation and initial is not required. So in modern days we don't write PH and D then full stop, we don't write it. So we can just write like this only and it's complete in its way. Okay. Now the question mark is used to ask question, where do you live? So we have a question mark at the end of it. Again, the exclamation mark is used after exclamations showing sudden and strong feelings of grief, joy, surprise and wonder. Yes, this is not a different thing, children. You already know about the exclamation mark. We have done that in sentences chapter. You by now you know the different use of full stop, question mark and your exclamation mark, right? Oh, what a lovely gift it is. After O is an interjection and we put an exclamation, then what a lovely gift it is, then again we put an exclamation mark. Alas, we have lost the match. Oh dear, that was an unfortunate incident. Now moving ahead with inverted commas, you already know about these two inverted commas, right? Quotations I call them. So this means what? Particularly children, if I want to write it clearly, it would be something like this. Yes, when we open it and when we close it. So yes, so these are used in direct speech when you want to quote someone's direct words. Okay, now see here, they are used to enclose the exact words of a speaker or a quotation. Rohan said, "Where is your car?" One can use either single or double quotation marks. So yes, you can even use a single inverted comma like this for enclosing it. Yes, you can use it single or you can use it double. Yes. Now moving ahead with capital letters. Now children, after completing this inverted comma, let's move ahead with capital letters. Capital letters are used at the beginning of a sentence. Proper nouns also begin with capital letters. Let us discuss this in detail. Capital letters are used to begin the first word of a sentence. Okay, like yes, even if it's proper, if it's not proper noun, even if it's the beginning of a sentence, that means after this full stop, after this question mark, after this exclamation mark. Whenever a new sentence starts after these punctuation mark, you are going to use a capital letter in the beginning. The first letter of the new sentence has to be in capital letter. Yes, now see here, capital letters for he is going for a walk. You can see H is marked in bold. Yes, H is marked as bold now. B, to begin the first word of direct speech. Yes, when I was teaching you direct and indirect speech, I told you whenever you start a quotation, whenever you start writing something in the direct speech part, then you write it in capital, right? Like he said, let her complete the work. You can see within the quotations, the first letter L, let, is marked in bold. That means it's showing that we have to write it in capital letter. You cannot use small letter. Now, for proper nouns and proper adjectives, like India, Indians. India is proper noun and Indians is what? Yes, it's proper adjective. Then Britain, British. Nepal, Nepal is. All you see the initial letter are marked in capital. Now, to begin the first word for every line of words. Words means poetry, children. All lines of poetry, like when you're changing lines in poetry, the first letter has to be in capital if it's not sharing the same line. Yes, if the line is not complete, then it can be in small letter, but every new line can start in capital letter. Like you see, at night when all is still, the forest sentinel glides silently across the hill. Yes, you see at A, the T and glides G are in capital. To begin the names of days and months, Tuesday, June, you use capital letter. To begin the names of religions or sects, yes, here see Christianity, Islam, C of Christianity and Islam's I. Okay, now for the name of institution, yes, TR Engineering College. Okay, like you see here, TR can stand for some, like it's the short for initial for some, like a larger expansion. Yes, it can mean that. So TR Engineering College, E is capital, then colleges, C is capital. It is important to note the difference between general and particular use of nouns. Okay, what is the general use of noun and what is the particular use of noun? Like you can see here, District Cardiology Center. Rishikesh is particular and District Cardiology Center, we do not, we write what? We take only the initial letter in the capital. So we have to say this particular. Now if you are saying district hospital, it is general. So you do not use the capital letter. Okay children. Now for the names of historic buildings, trains, flights, airport stations like Red Fort, R capital, F capital. Rajdhani Express, Rajdhani R capital and Expresses E capital. Now India Gate, ING, then Emirates, E capital. Then Gateway of India, C, G capital, I capital. Lufthansa Airways, L capital, A capital. New Delhi Station, N, D and S capital. Palam Airport, P capital, A capital. Okay. For the names of books, newspapers and journals like Indrapuram Times, the Daily Mail and Wuthering Heights. Okay. Now for the name of important historic event like the Second World War. So S capital, T capital, W capital, again W capital. Republic Day, R capital, D capital. Historical events. Again abbreviations and acronyms. Now what are these acronyms? Suppose there is this WHO, World Health Organization. You take the initial letters. So WHO is written in capital. The initial letter of World, Health is H and then organizations O. So you have to write this in capital letter like BPO, UK. Okay. To be nouns and pronouns referring to God. Okay. So whichever words will refer to God, it is in capital like divine. Yes, D-I-V-I-N-E. So D has to be capital. Almighty, A capital. God, G capital. Okay. Lord, L-O-T. If you are L-O-R-D, sorry. Now, if you are mentioning him, the God, the H letter also, which is a pronoun, he. Yes, he is usually a pronoun. But when it is used for God, it has to be in capital letter. He, him. Yes. His blessings. That means H has to be in capital letter to denote whom? To denote the God, reference of God. Now for important words in the heading of a story, article or essay, you can use capital. If you want to give the title, important title, heading, then you can use the capital letters. Cabinet to pass the women's bill today. C capital, P capital. You see children, article prepositions are not counted for this capital letter thing. Okay, the main words will be counted. For the names of festivals like Diwali, Christmas, Eid, Holi, all this, the initial letters of the words are in capital. The first person singular personal pronoun I is always capital. Yes, I have seen a lot of you, a lot of children, they use, like whenever they refer this pronoun, personal pronoun I, they write it as this. Okay children, this is completely wrong. You have to write this personal pronoun I always in capital letter wherever it is appearing, even in the middle of sentences, wherever it is, in the beginning, middle of the sentence or at the end of the sentence, it always has to be in capital letter. Okay, now let's move ahead with exercise A. Read the following sentences and use question mark, exclamation mark, full stop, inverted commas, capital letters wherever required. Okay, why is the machine not working? So first let me reset. And you will find this exercise on page number 129, exercise A, 129, number 1. Why is the machine not working? So you can see this is a question, children. So W has to be in capital because beginning of the sentence is there. And why is the machine not working? And question mark because WH word is there. Working, WH question word is there. So, and this is a question mark right there. Number 2. Who built the Qutub Minar? W capital. Who built? The Q will be capital and M will be capital because it is a historical monument. The Qutub Minar. Q capital, M capital. Question mark because it's a question. Number 3. Oh, what a lovely view. So O in capital, W in capital. I told you after exclamation mark we have to write it in capital. What a lovely view. This is also an exclamatory sentence. That's why we are going to end it with an exclamation mark. Number 4. He has gone out to the Safdarganj airport. He, H capital, he had gone out. Okay, gone to. Safdarganj is a hospital's name. That's why we are writing in capital S. Safdarganj and airport will A will be capital because it is particular and ending with full stop. Okay, number 5. This house belongs to Dr. Rupa Banerjee. So T capital. This house belongs to. Okay, so for this one, Dr. D will be capital. Dr. Rupa, R capital. Surname starting with capital, Banerjee. Yes, number 6. Nalin reached the Kasturba Medical College late because he missed the train at Kashmiri Gate. Okay, so Nalin, N capital, also because of proper noun and also because the sentence is starting with it. Reached the Kasturba K will be capital, it's a medical college name. So Kasturba, M capital because it's particular medical college. C capital, late because he missed the train. He missed the train at Kashmiri Gate will be capital because it's a particular station's name, Kashmiri Gate Metro Station. Yes, now we are done with exercise A. Now let's move ahead with use of comma. A comma is used to express the shortest pause in a sentence, but it is never placed at the end of the sentence. We know at the end of sentence we can put a question mark, full stop, exclamation mark, but we cannot put a comma at the end of the sentence. Now, what is it used for, the comma? To separate the words yes or no from the rest of the sentence. Like yes, she has agreed to be the compare for the program. To mark of a direct quotation like collect the books, then you have a comma, then the teacher said full stop. Okay, to separate the month and the year and the date and the year. Okay, so January, comma, 20, whatever year, 16 June, comma, then the year 2022, like. To separate words in series, like if you are mentioning that there are particular things, okay, like several things in series. Mother kept apples, oranges, pomegranate and grapes in a basket. Sulekha visited the museum, the library and the airport before she returned home. Now to separate words, phrases, clauses and pairs of words in a sentence, the pencil and the paper, the bag and the bottle were neatly kept on the table. In a letter, immediately after the salutation and at the end before the signature, like, dear madam, my dear Rohan, comma, yours sincerely, comma, yours affectionately, comma. Okay. Then we have to separate question tags. Yes, how? She has woken up. Hasn't she? Question mark. I gave you the keys, comma. Didn't I? Question mark. To separate expressions like of course, however, in fact. In fact, comma, she is pleased to be with us. Of course, comma, we will come for the get together, full stop. Yes, to mark off a word or group in apposition. Yes, like see, apposition means working together. Like Sunana, comma, my friend and guide, comma, is remarkably talented. Mahatma Gandhi. So if I mean to say something about that person, okay, and add some extra meaning, if I have opposed something, if I added something about that person, the father of the nation, comma, believed in non-violence. Okay, so this way children we use the comma. Okay, now children we are going to end our video lesson here only. We will do the rest of this exercise, and the semicolon and colon understanding will be that explanation will be done in your next video lesson. Till then, please take care of yourself and your family. Bye bye for this day.